Hello everyone, iHardware back with a look over or overview of the Dell Dimension 5100 I talked about earlier in my last video. But here it is. Decided just to do the review too with it. So first off, I'll give you guys the original specs. This thing originally came with a, I believe, 512 megabytes of RAM. Pentium 4, it still has a Pentium 4 in that. I plan on upgrading it to a Pentium D. It does not support Core 2 Duos. I checked, but Pentium D is good enough, and it would be a great upgrade for this thing. It's only 2.8 gigahertz too, so not that good for too much things except for internet browsing. And it came with this ATI video card. I don't know if I can really get a good picture of that, but I'll put the links to that in the ATI card, the name of it, in the description once I get that. But it also came with a, can't really get it over here, but it came with a DVD drive, a CD-ROM rewritable drive, but it did not come with a floppy drive. I had that laying around, so I decided to pop that thing in there, and it looks quite nice in it, and I still do use floppy disks, just to point that out. And two USB 2.0 ports on the front, headphone, microphone jack, and the power button there. One thing I want to point out with the power button is I've noticed with it is, here, let me pop this off here first, kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So the way the power button works is once you press this button, it presses actually up here. And what I've noticed with it is sometimes you have to press up on it to make sure it turns it on. But it's not that big of a deal, but just thought I'd point that out. It also came with an 80 gig Maxter hard drive. It now has a Western Digital 80 gig hard drive in there. I forget what speed it is, but I know it is faster than the Maxter that was originally in here. I pointed this out in the last video, but it does have 3 gigs of RAM in it. I believe 2 512 sticks and 2 1 gig sticks. Both Samsung, and I forget the original, or some things I took from another Dell system. It has a 300 watt power supply. This is still original to the system, and it's still working great. It has good caps in it. I opened it up, looks good. And I also put in pointed this out in the last video earlier. It's a Win TV tuner. I don't know if I'm getting a good video of that there, but I can use that for recording some gameplay, especially with the NES and stuff like that. It works great for. And this vent right here I just use for airflow. Came off an old video card that wasn't working, and since all these cards are really close together and I'm not using that by 16 slot or the PCI Express slot right there, it works great for keeping it nice and cool in there. And then under that is the Sound Blaster Live card I was talking about earlier in the last video, which is only supporting Windows XP and, like, believe Windows 95, so it's a pretty old card, but the bass on it I've seen is pretty good compared to the onboard audio on this thing, even though it does have 7.1 surround sound, same with this video card, but I still think that this card is way better when it comes to bass and options. It also has the game port on it too, but I do not use that. So on the video card it does have DVI out, S-Video, and VGA. The TV tuner has TV in, FM in. FM radio works really well on this thing, and it has line in, line out, S-Video in, which I use for the game systems such as the NES and SNES, and I forget, I think that's the RF switch for a universal remote on there. What else? That's pretty much it. Yeah, so thanks for this overview. The system's been working out for me quite well. I've had it for a little bit over a year now. It was my grandfather's system, which he wasn't using anymore, and ended up giving it to me. It was just sitting around, and I decided to upgrade the thing and use it as a quite good system. So it's a really good system. All the caps are well and stuff right there. Can't really get a good shot of that, but yeah, it was manufactured in 2005 right there. And I will also put the service tag or product key, whatever you want to call it, in the description if you guys want to look that up on Dell's website. So thanks again for watching, and that was the look over of the Dell Dimension 5100. Alright, so I just wanted to point this out. The wireless card is a USB card. If you can see that there, is not a PCI wireless card. Forgot to point that out. But yeah, just to let you guys know, it does have a wireless card in it, and it is USB. So thanks for watching.